One of the more frustrating traits of emotionally immature individuals is their limited ability to see their own role in conflicts. When something goes wrong, their focus goes outward instead of inward. Instead of asking, what part did I play in this? They look for someone else to blame. They lack the emotional skills needed for honest self reflection, and admitting fault feels threatening to them. This is a defense mechanism, not necessarily intentional dishonesty. This is one reason why excuses are so common. Instead of taking responsibility, they try to explain away their behavior with reasons that are supposed to erase the impact. Someone might say, I yelled because I was stressed. I'm having a bad day. Stress might be the reason that someone acted that way, but it doesn't remove responsibility for how their behavior affected others. Emotionally immature people often confuse explanations with accountability. Many also view accountability as punishment. If someone brings up a problem, the person immediately gets defensive because they feel like they're being attacked. Instead of hearing, this behavior hurt me, they hear, you're a bad person. Because emotionally immature individuals often experience accountability as shameful or as criticism, they spend their energy defending themselves instead of trying to understand the concern. A person may apologize after every conflict, but if they never examine their behavior, nothing changes. Someone may genuinely feel sorry or have regret, but because the underlying issue is never addressed, the cycle repeats. Another common issue is focusing on intentions versus impact. Someone may say, I meant well, my intentions were good, I didn't mean to hurt you. Intentions do matter, but they're only part of the picture. Most people are affected by what actually happened, not just what you meant to do. A person can have good intentions and still cause harm. Emotionally mature people can hold both realities at once. It's through repeated actions that intentions are proven to the extent that they can be anyhow. We never truly know anyone else's intention but our own. We tend to judge ourselves by our intentions, but the world judges us by our actions. For example, imagine a parent repeatedly dismissing their child's feelings as being too sensitive. And then later, when the adult child says that that hurt them, the parent says, well, I was only trying to make you stronger. The parent becomes focused on proving their good intentions instead of listening to the impact. And most likely, they weren't trying to help you get stronger either. That is still an excuse trying to avoid accountability. The most effective way to deal with these patterns is not to argue about them. Trying to force insight onto someone who lacks self-awareness just turns into a circular conversation. They deny, justify, minimize, or rewrite until the conversation goes nowhere. The more you try to convince them, the more defensive they become. It's usually healthier to focus on boundaries rather than persuasion. State the issue clearly, let them know what you will and will not accept, and their response can tell you what you need to know and what further action you may need to take. Boundaries often accomplish far more than arguments. Have a good day.